Alright guys, so it's Thursday, so you have me. I'm Ben, by the way. And we're kind of switching gears, kind of had some pretty not boring, just like not heavy topics, just kind of fun ones for the past few weeks. And this week's topic is self-harm. I don't know if you guys have watched any of the videos so far. I actually haven't had time to. So I'm not really sure what other people are talking about. So if I repeat things that people said, or if I don't know. Apologize if that happens and you guys get bored. I'll start off by saying I have been on T for 2 weeks and 4 days, I believe. I had my second shot on Sunday. I'm very afraid of needles. I had to have Haley, my girlfriend, and my next door neighbor Sam help me because, as it turns out, I cannot stab a needle into my leg. The first time Sam went to put it in me, it scared me, so I moved and like ended up dragging the needle through my skin and causing a huge bruise, and then we had to redo it. So yeah, that was definitely an experience and a half. But hopefully next time I'll be a little more calm. So, self-harm. The only reason I kind of find it hard to have a real opinion on this is because last year in high school, I remember in psychology we learned that people who practice self-harm are more than likely not going to commit suicide. I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but basically self-harm, like such as cutting. I'm going to use cutting as the example because that's probably the most common. I don't know that. That's my assumption. But people who cut, it's their way of coping with things in life, and if they're cutting, they obviously want to get through life as opposed to wanting to die and committing suicide, which is far worse. I definitely don't condone cutting at all. It's a very bad thing. It's not healthy, and well, it's not healthy for you overall. And I definitely think that there are better ways to go about handling stress. But I know where you guys are at. Like, it's hard. But just like keep in mind, life changes so much. Even just like I'm young too. I'm 18. But even just like looking back, when I was 13 or 14, I thought a lot of things were the end of the world, and they really aren't at all. Like, I was really depressed when I was 13 and 14 and like 8th, like 7th and 8th and a little bit of ninth grade, like the very, very beginning. I was really depressed, and I saw a therapist, which actually helps a lot. So the best thing that you guys can do if you feel like your way of coping is something that's destructive is to tell somebody, or like reach out for help. Like, I was scared shitless to tell my parents. I'm glad they found out because it led me in the right direction, but I was scared shitless. I in middle school, I like hated my life. It was a really, really weird time for me, because then as soon as I got into high school, well, not as soon as, but pretty much as soon as I got into high school, I was just like a really happy person. I was ready to go, and in middle school that was not the case. I was kind of like a loser in middle school, I guess, and I just wasn't very happy at all. My way of coping was cutting, like, which is really personal. I can't believe I just said that, but basically, I've been doing it not for very long, a few months, and then I can't remember if I told a friend or if a friend like found out. I'm pretty sure I told someone, because obviously at some point you're reaching out for help, and I definitely was. I'm really glad it happened that way. And telling someone turned into a huge cluster storm of like consequence, not necessarily consequences, but basically it was like, oh shit, you need to go to the 8th grade counseling office, and we need to call your parents, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. And I was like, fuck, frick, my life is over. And that was really, really hard. But my parents, they're really confused, and they didn't really know what was up, so they got me a therapist. And I went through therapy for about a year, and coming out on the other end, I was really solid. I had so much more self-confidence. I figured out more of who I was. I was heading in the right direction. And I think that's all I needed. I was just a very confused 8th grade kid who had no friends, and that kind of sucks. It's definitely not fun. But yeah, like the best thing that happened to me was, or in that situation, I don't know if that's the best thing in my life, it was a pretty good thing, was when my friend, who wasn't really my friend, FYI, some random girl that maybe I wanted to be my friend. I didn't have friends, really. But when she told on me, probably not really for me, but for her own, like, self-gain or, like, something to gossip about. I don't know. But either way, it happened. It was good. Here I am now. I don't condone self-harm, but I understand where you're coming from. Definitely there are better ways to cope, but if you're trying to cope, at least you're trying to press forward with life. And so, congratulations. Find better ways. Tell your friends, tell your family. Go to therapy if you can't afford therapy. Just, like, find someone in your life that you could talk to. Because, I mean, I was really lucky back then that my parents could afford therapy. I've been through a lot of financial stages in my life, and back then, at that time, we could afford it. And it is an expensive thing, and it's not something everyone can afford. And I feel your pain. Right now, I can't afford anything, actually. My family has been going through really bad financial difficulties for the past few years. And we officially had to move. Well, my family did. I'm in college. And I'm financially independent from my family, so I have to pay for everything on my own, which is fine. I totally am cool with that. But I understand where you guys are at if you're feeling financial pain. I can't afford my therapy, but my therapist, I told her today actually that I couldn't afford her anymore, and she said she would see me for $1 every visit, just so that I could continue to see her and move forward with my transition, which is really awesome, and I'm really lucky. But if you guys need any help with any sort of, like, resources, just, like, shoot me a message or find someone in your school that maybe could help you out. But yeah, like, definitely, I understand where you guys are at, if any of you guys are in that boat too. Also, this weekend, just on a side note, sorry this is so long, my dog died, and so I'm pretty bummed about that, but I'll show you guys a picture of her. She's a cute freaking dog. She looks like a wolf or something. That's my puppy that died. It's very sad. But, love you, Santi. And, I hope you guys have a great week. If you guys have any ideas for the next topic or anything you'd like us to talk about, let us know. If any of you guys want to talk to me personally about something, I'm really, really busy because I'm working 2 jobs, but I can definitely find some time. So, yeah, I can find you guys some resources. I hope this video was a little more helpful than maybe some of my videos have been in the past few weeks because I haven't had much time. But yeah, have a good week, guys.